broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz
get on the floor. My world is with my girls. Living on the dance floor. Living on the dance floor. My world is with my girls. Living on the dance floor. Get up, get on the floor. Living on the dance floor.
I was feeling it. How was it for you?
You were feeling it.
Yeah.
I was feeling it.
We had a little duet going on over here.
Yeah. I was like in my own zone.
In the zone. I feel like because we're sitting down. I know. All we can really do is vote. I hope you guys are joining us out there. Welcome to this week's reclap of Dance Moms. We are so glad you guys joined us. I'm JJ Snyder. I'm your host today. Candace Camacho is off on a vacation, so
Little vacay.
Little fam time.
hope you're enjoying yourself, my love.
Hello.
Well, I am joined tonight by Christy and Tony, and we are here to discuss Season 5, Episode 14, Hollywood. Round 2. Hollywood swinging. So if you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to what we're doing here. Thank you for listening on iTunes or SoundCloud as well. You can interact with me on Twitter and Instagram at J2Snyder.
Yes.
And got a couple of people next to me you can also shout out to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, hey, everybody.
Christy.
Tweet me up. Y'all are doing it anyway, and I like it. Keep it coming at Christy Reports.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm here. You can find me. I'm Tony Moore, by the way. And you can find me at Lounging with Tony on all social media platforms.
They know who you are.
Yay. It's our second week officially with Tony back. If you guys haven't seen the episode last week, Tony came back from Australia.
I did.
Lots of juicy tidbits.
With lots of stories.
No, it was so different. I can't say anything.
Okay, so now that it's been a while and that you're back in the U.S., because it's always kind of different coming back to another country, do you have any new thoughts like this week now that's all sunk in, your Dance Moms Down Under experience?
You know, I will say this. After being in Australia and hanging with the girls and the moms and everything like that, and seeing how the show is filmed, I have a different perspective on the show. So now watching the show, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
Because I kind of know them a little bit more now. So I kind of look at them and I go, okay.
Like, you wouldn't say that.
Well, not that they wouldn't say that, but it's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like, it's almost as if you guys were on a reality show and I had to review it. I'd be like, but you kind of know them. It's like seeing a friend on there and being like, it's weird.
It's probably just hard to
I can't put it into words, but it's just weird. It's weird, and it's different. It's a totally different perspective.
Well, now you've moved past just being an audience member, and you're kind of like,
Yeah. It's kind of like. You've watched your favorite show and then you're starting to meet the actors and interact with them a little more. You start seeing the show a little bit differently because you know them.
Yeah, and you're
not
like,
that they're actors.
She's from Wisconsin. Yeah. And she likes dogs or what? Oh, you're so behind the scenes.
So it's quite interesting. I cannot wait until they get to those episodes.
All right. Well, speaking of episodes, this episode, Hollywood Round 2, and then did you guys notice they go ding ding, and it was like a fight bell. Hollywood Round 2, ding ding,
ding ding. Yep.
I did not catch that.
Yeah, which is usually very fitting. And yet, I thought we kind of had a relatively drama-free episode.
I thought this episode was nice and mellow. It was just certain little things that I'm sure we're gonna pick up, but it wasn't the usual moments,
Yeah.
So I think
There's
we're
a lot
good.
of positivity flowing. Abby was in a good mood.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think maybe after that whole ear comment last week, the producers, wanted to rein it in and give us just a little bit of peace.
Pull her back a little bit.
I'm just going to take a second and talk about that ear comment.
Let's talk about it.
Just because we had a lot of fans that thought we were, cheering on the comment and everything.
Yep.
And
that was probably me, huh?
It's not that. You have to understand that in this business, this industry that we're in, you're going to have people who are going to tell you, you should change your hair this color, you should do this, you should do that. In order for you to be the best that you can be moving into the industry. Was it right for Abby to say that to a child? No. But that's just Abby. Abby is the one that's going to tell you, why do you have that color shirt on? I think you should change it.
I do need a spray tan with this. I mean, it's true.
And I mean, that's just, and I'm not pro Abby or anything like that, but some people are just blunt like that. Like my 5th grade teacher, who was very blunt with me, who said,
You're never
shouldn't
going to
sing.
be a singer.
Yeah, you should stick to acting.
Yeah.
Should you say that to a child? No. But that's just how someone is. So, it wasn't appropriate, but that's something that she's probably going to have to get used to because I guarantee you when she gets older and she's auditioning as a dancer, someone's going to nitpick
someone
something
else's flirt.
about her.
Yeah.
And you have to just have a thick skin and say, nope, I'm good at how I am, or I'll take that tip and change my hair color or pin my ears back like my friend did. And you just do it to benefit your career.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that too, because I wrote to a lot of people on the message boards and stuff, and I think by us explaining that we've all heard things like that, I've been told, I can make a list of the things that I've been told, to change or
I bet I can make a longer list.
to alter. Oh, come on. Well, no, you remember.
Yeah.
For sure.
But also, in my opinion, it just was the way it was said that was so bothersome. You could, step aside with a girl and her mom and give her that piece of advice.
Yeah.
But Abby chose to do it in a really mean way.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of what is bothering everybody so much as well. But.
And we are reviewing what you guys are saying in the chat room, and I do agree with Joseph Boza, who says, I think Abby was cranky because she lost to Kathy.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
That's probably a big part
You know
of
what,
it.
that's
and
a good
They were
point.
egging her on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I won't repeat my rant because I said my piece last week and apparently you guys didn't agree with me.
Boom.
But I would like to ask Tony if you had any experiences like that with Abby when you were on tour with them.
Did she tell you to change something?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Can you tell us, please?
Yeah. So there were times where we would show up. I would show up to the venue to host, and Abby would always look me up and down, and she would either go, "I like that outfit. That's good." And then it would be followed, but I maybe would have done this different, or I would have worn maybe this color shirt if you had it. There was always sometimes a but. There were a few times where it was like, I like this, but like one outfit I wore, she was like, I don't know what you had on yesterday, but you should have had on this. And you just kind of look at her and you go, okay, Abby. You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't trying to be mean, but she's just that person that can look at you and say,
wow,
maybe you should try this.
Yeah.
She's that person. So it didn't hurt my feelings because I looked at her and I said, well, I wore what I wore and I liked it and we're moving on. What do you need done today?
Oh, you had a little moment.
I like that. You know what? Just for the record, Abby Lee can give me any advice she wants. I would be glad to take it. I feel like she's more of a manager at this point than anything, right?
She's a very meticulous woman.
She's got that eye.
Yeah, a lot of attention to detail. I'm reading now this. Rister21 says, you guys defended Abby with the ear, yet you bashed Kathy for commenting on Kendall's arms. Why didn't you do the same with Kathy?
Yes, I would like to address that because I was very hard on Kathy. That was the week before, okay? And we didn't know that Abby was going to say what she said, okay?
Well, hey, speaking of Abby being a manager and a very specific, determined, successful one at that,
Yes.
This was a big week for Nia and Kendall and their music careers, and that was like a through line through the whole episode, right? Yes. So, well, we're back in Hollywood.
Yep.
And I mean, the pressure's on because it didn't go so well. It was a really dramatic time the last time they were here. With that whole, stepping off the set of the music video, and then they lost, and you know how Abby hates to lose.
Yes.
So we open up with them back at the 3rd Street Dance Studio.
We all love 3rd Street Dance Studio.
Yeah, I see it in all reality shows now.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the one.
Yep,
Same
that's
one.
it. Yeah, that's where a lot of reality shows are filmed there. Yeah.
I Googled it to see where it is.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know, but it's right in the center of LA by a big mall by Cedar Sinai and
Like where the Grove and all that.
a little bit further up by Beverly Connection.
Yeah. Oh, Beverly.
Yeah. Yep. But it's there. It's out there. Made me want to go there. Maybe I'll try to go there this week and get you guys.
Take photos.
Take a photo. But they're all back, and they said, "Oh, it feels like we were just here. That we didn't laugh." And we have a really cute picture in that moment when they all were arriving at the studio of Mackenzie. Did you guys catch that little comment? They said that Mackenzie had been going around with Abby looking for studio spaces.
Yeah.
Yes. So how long have we been in LA?
It was
And where's Melissa? And
Yeah, that was super cute. That was super. Did you find the studio? Because I thought last week you were going to go.
No, I failed at my mission. I did not find the new studio space that Abby bought that you told me is right by the post office.
Yes.
But I am going to attempt to do that this week.
Okay.
Okay.
right.
Sorry, guys.
It's right by where the Dancing with the Stars people performing. You know,
Yes.
you can find that on the internet.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Scooping up that info.
So that's two.
Okay. All right. So the girls they go into the studio and so we're here for the New York Dance Experience.
Yes.
So I believe they have 2 or 3
Again.
days to rehearse.
As usual.
Okay.
And it's up in Anaheim. Ooh, that's far. That's up by Disney.
That is a
Forget it.
ways.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a good 2-hour drive from where we're at.
So there's a lot of talk right away about Kendall and Nia and kind of this management contract with
Yes.
Kendall and Jill. Jill's concerned because she wants to make sure that she has a contract going forward with Abby, that Abby's going to represent Kendall in the right way,
Right.
musically. So this is interesting, isn't it? Because now they're branching off from just the dance company, and it's
Yeah.
really like full-fledged management. So
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Jill should just proceed and trust Abby, or
I'm always shocked by how unsavvy these mothers are with the show business stuff. I mean, this show is in its 5th season. Their daughters are huge stars. They're huge stars. I can't believe that they don't know some of the things they don't know. Like specifically when Melissa just signed the contract without Abby being there at the Maddie B video. Stuff like that. They really don't seem to understand how Hollywood works. And who gives a crap about a contract? Be happy that your child is getting the opportunities that they are. You probably know this. Sometimes maybe you're walking into and you're already starting to work before the contract is ready to be signed. That's not uncommon at all in Hollywood. And it doesn't really matter as long as someone's making your child a music video. The other thing that I was bothered by was that she wanted this contract because she thought in some way she would be able to finagle some creative control in this contract, which unless she is a music video producer that we don't know about, or a music producer, or she's a talent manager and we just are in the dark about it, she has no business having any creative control on it.
Well, I think with that, as a mother, you want to make sure that your child is represented in the best light, because Kendall is still
Of course,
a child.
but normally the mother of any other star or actor or singer or anything that a child is doing, a mother wouldn't have say.
I feel like there have been some momagers.
I think
If they are
I
the
think when
manager.
the talent is
who've
under
had
18.
who've had some sort of say as like, okay, we can't do this. This is my child's not doing this, because I don't know what mom would just allow strangers essentially. You build a relationship, but that's just like if I started managing you.
Right.
Even though you have a trust, you still want to make sure that I'm representing you in the best way.
Well, then Jill better learn how to be a manager and be Kendall's manager then if she wants say in it.
Well, and I think, you mentioned the word trust, and I think this whole thing really was about trust, right? I don't know if it was Jill really concerned about how much money is going to be made from the video, how much am I going to get? Was it more about creative control, or was it more just a matter of having cold feet after having come off the music video the last time they were in LA and everything kind of melted down? And I think the thing we keep hearing is, I want to make sure she has my daughter's interests, at heart.
Yeah, Okay.
Just not how it works, Jill. Sorry to say.
Can I ask you guys this?
What?
Do you guys do hosting stuff like outside of that involves some sort of payment? Do you guys ever get a little worried when there's not a contract involved?
No.
You don't?
Nope. You pay to work. You work to pay. Half the time you're not getting paid. Nobody
Yeah.
cares if you get paid.
See,
Being in this
See, with
business
me-
is not about making money. People who are
Right.
in this business know that.
Right.
It's been a total
And maybe you should, maybe I should
variety.
be, but I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
It
if you're getting
totally
work, if
depends
you're
what.
getting an opportunity, you take that. Because what are you going to do? Turn down the opportunity because there's not a contract, or because you don't like something in the contract, or you can't negotiate the contract to your liking? That's
For me, and I've recently done this because I've had a hosting thing where you kind of go to it and you think you're going to be paid a certain amount and it doesn't happen. And,
Right.
You know, a lot of times I'm more than happy just because I'm doing a gig, but I always feel like a contract is good because it just lays out what they expect of me, what I expect from them, and so it's like a piece of paper that says we have this understanding. We've both read it, we've both signed it, we won't deviate from it. Like,
Right, of
nothing should
course.
change from it. So for me, sometimes having that contract just says, okay, like I'm good, you know, like I know what's going on, you know, because there's this piece of paper that we both signed that says this is good.
right.
But I also see sometimes where, you know, you just trust in that person and you just believe, okay, you're going to do what you say that you're going to do. I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, and we'll have that mutual understanding. But that mutual understanding sometimes doesn't hold up during Judge Judy. So sometimes you want to make sure that there's just
Judge
something.
Judy. I
there's
love
something
her.
around it. I love her too. So I don't know. I get where Jill is coming from. A little worried about, you know, just knowing who's responsible for what, you know, and what's happening, you know, in order to move forward with Kendall. And I kind of get the pressure from Holly of, you know, you want that, you know, you want to make sure you know
That's
what's
where
going
it's
on.
coming from.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she was like a little voice in Jill's head.
Yeah.
And the thing you guys know, like, just take what's happened with Maddie in these Sia videos. Like, I think as things really start to explode and these girls' success, I mean, the show in itself is such a huge success, but then, I mean, we're talking about real numbers. I mean, someone's making some money. If Nia's got an album coming out, there's, you know, money to be made. So I can see how when you get up on the level that they're at, then you do want to be aware of the contract, right?
Yeah. That's important. It's important.
Yeah. But in Abby's word, my attorney is spread really thin, she said to Jill, so you just trust in me. I think
We
she's
know it's
just
true
kind
at
of
this
messing with
point.
her.
They're dodging lawsuits and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
Okay, should we talk about the pyramid?
Let's talk about the pyramid.
Okay, let's bring it on. Who is at the bottom this week?
Little Kenzie.
Oh, how come?
Kenzie's in the bottom.
I think she's being punished for being beaten last week by
Yeah.
JoJo, sort of. I mean, and, Abby says, your tuck is terrible.
Yeah. Maybe she feels like that's what lost her the competition. Was that?
Did you think that her
me?
tuck was terrible when they reshowed
Listen,
it?
I can't do a tug, so
Right? That's kind of my
Who
feeling
am I
on
to
it.
say?
I'm like, I don't
even
know.
I don't even know what to look for, but I can barely do a cartwheel. I'm a 6'2" guy with a whole lot of weight. Not trying to get this over my head. Just saying. Just saying.
I love it.
All right, so moving to the second level of the pyramid, we have the three gals, Kendall, Kehlani, and Nia.
Yes.
Because they didn't win.
They were in the group and they didn't win. I always feel like Nia's in the same spot.
Right there in the middle.
same spot on the pyramid. But okay,
At least she's in good company this time.
She wasn't on the bottom.
She put them all, but what I like is she put them all on the same playing field. So that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still liked that group number last week, but that's all right.
I liked it
That's
too,
all right.
but Mackenzie was right that it wasn't the kind of number you put up against a lyrical with the dancers that Kathy
That
was
it was
Right.
entertaining. Actually, we just had a photo.
We have a photo about
of
that.
Yeah, she said it was just
Kenzie
just
said
more for entertainment.
She went out on
Is
a
that it?
limb and she said, "Yeah, I think that." Was she talking about the number or the dance?
The
whole
group
competition.
number. No, the group
when
number.
Kenzie said that. Okay,
Yeah.
it was more for entertainment. It wasn't for competition.
For competition.
Yeah.
Who bit their nails when she said that? I was just
I
like,
did.
I was like, oh no, she's gonna do she's little
I was like,
Kinsey.
the little one
Especially
talks
after
back.
after
Yes.
last week, how Abby kind of ripped into her a little bit, which we don't see often. I thought, uh-oh.
And then Abby pauses.
And
says-
there is that moment of, and then Abby's like, "You're
Touche.
right, touche."
Touche.
And then you see Maddie kind of go, "Give me some on that."
Yeah.
I like that. I like that
Little
sister bond that they had. I like that
cute.
Mackenzie was just kind of like, "Listen, we didn't win, no, but that number, that was just for entertainment. We weren't trying to win with that."
Sassy, I feel
She
like.
is. She's sassy. That little Kinsey, she's a sassy one.
Well, last week was all, her episode, so maybe it
Yeah.
gave her a chance to move into herself. Okay, but exciting on the top, JoJo for the first time.
Yes.
Yay.
But I felt,
it.
I didn't know how I felt when she had to share it with Maddie.
Yeah.
I felt like, the pyramid is based on what you did during the competition, and Maddie was away. And a lot of times when people are not, or when they can't perform during the competition, they're at the bottom. So I would have thought that Maddie would have been at the bottom because she wasn't there for the competition, but gotten a congratulations for not being at the competition for being in a Sia performance.
I understood it. I would like to let JoJo just have her moment because I love JoJo and she did
Yes.
so fantastic last week.
She
Blew
did.
us away.
Fancy.
But if they're all working towards what Maddie was doing that week, which is going and performing on a national TV show, I think she definitely does have to be recognized. Like, yeah, you're the top dog if you're doing that.
Yep.
They don't get to just be at the top of the pyramid. They're still falling behind her quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I guess I would have liked to see JoJo up there by herself, but I understood it.
For as mean as I think Abby can be, she is pretty consistent in that way. She just continues to make it clear. Maddie is representing the Abby Lee Dance Company.
Yeah.
She is on SNL. She is in a Sia video. So she's consistent about it. But yeah, she did kind of give JoJo another little knockdown when she said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then moving on, we get the dances for the week, guys. And Nia and Kendall get solos.
Yay.
Good, yay.
Which was a big shocker because last time they both had solos, which was only a couple weeks ago, Abby was saying if you guys don't win, there's going to be no more solos. And they didn't win, and now here they are getting solos.
I would have to think that a lot of people are starting to feel kind of the upswing of Nia because in the last few weeks, there's been Nia was really picked on, frankly. And I feel like things are kind of opening up for her. Do you?
Yeah, for
Right
Nia?
now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, in the way that she's being treated, she's starting to be given better choreography. I can't wait to get to her solo when we talk about it. But
Yes.
so this week's solo's never new. But I feel like, she's just, things are going her way a little bit more.
Yeah.
She needed a confidence boost.
Yeah.
And knowing that she's going to be recording a music video and has a chance to be a pop star, I think that's boding well for her.
And her mom's not fighting with Abby as much.
Yeah. Which we know
my gosh.
bothers these girls more than it bothers anyone else.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother Abby or the moms.
Right.
But the daughters get bothered for sure when that stuff is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how these little girls take it, how they can stay so, amazingly stone-faced.
They are.
Can you give us some insight on that? Seriously.
They are very self-aware. So they know how crazy their moms are. So I think they're just kind of immune to it, and they just kind of laugh at it.
What about,
how
though,
their moms
They're
act.
just used to it by now.
how do they handle criticism so well without being upset by it? Because they just know that's part of what being on the show means?
I think so, but I think, also they have their moments like we all do.
Okay.
Even we've gotten upset when we've seen stuff written about us and we just want to go, and we have.
That's true.
But there are times where you
So
just
be
kind of
nice.
go, yeah. There are times where
Yeah.
you just kind of go, meh. You just
Yeah.
kind of keep going.
Yeah.
You okay
Yeah.
with it?
Okay.
Yeah. They all have so much going on too at this point. I think, children are very, very good, especially even young adults, are very good at focusing on the positive and being like, yay, I got to do this, or this was fun, or I have this to look forward to. Instead of, as adults, I think we all get a little bit more focused on the negative. You know what I mean? And I kind of wish, I like their childish spirit.
Yeah.
They can
Maybe
just
we
move
can
on from
learn
the
something
downs.
from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we get obsessed with things and kids are a little more resilient.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. Group number, Together We Stand. Okay, lyrical. Back to a lyrical.
Well, yeah. They're going
Surprise,
back
surprise.
to what they
Not
know.
We're playing to win this week, people.
We're not here to entertain this week, people.
No.
We are here to win
yo.
because it sets the bar for the ALDCLA.
Yeah.
That's a lot of letters.
It is.
And you pulled them.
ALDCLA. ABCD 1 2 3.
Woo! That's beautiful. And there was a lot of talk about that, this upcoming studio. And I thought it was so interesting in this episode how Abby threw in the topic of money and her investment in these kids.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
She is very she's very giving when it comes to the kids, and a lot of times she buys them clothes. She gets them stuff. So she's very giving in that way. So,
do you think she considers these girls the closest thing to having her own children? Does she look at them that way?
in my opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
This is her family, you know. So you just kind of take care of your family, you know. And I think she's so integrated in them that that's her family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. And you know, she's literally like putting her money where her mouth is. These girls get a lot of criticism from her. She is very hard on them.
Yeah.
But she is willing to say, hey, I think you have the talent. I'm going to put $57,000 behind you this month so that you can shoot a music video because I think it's going to be great. Yeah. I mean, what better vote of confidence than that? And, you know, I would take a music video over like a good job any day.
Yeah. And when you guys see the video, in your mind, you're going to, because I did that when I saw the premiere of the video, I was looking at certain shots and certain stuff, and I was just like,
doing the math.
Who paid for that? Because that had to cost this much, and it's not moved. Yep, this is a lot.
Helicopters and stuff.
Yeah.
The airport hangar.
Yes. Like that had to cost, you know, a good amount of money. So.
Yeah, that was, and it kind of gave me an interesting perspective because I think it's easy to just think of Abby as like a teacher and she wants to win because she wants to win, but the reality is there's a whole financial aspect to all of this.
Yes. Yeah.
She's a businesswoman.
Yeah, and we know she's struggled with that in the past.
That was interesting to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple special guests this week on the show. We had Mikey, the director of Nia's video. And
I love him.
Yeah.
I miss seeing him on reality TV. I was a huge fan of The Search for the Next Pussycat Doll, which some of our younger viewers, it was a few years ago. If you haven't seen it, go YouTube it. Really great show.
Yes.
And I just always love seeing him. He has so much personality, and he really is this kind of like creative genius as far as choreography and all that goes, right?
Yeah.
So when you see him, you know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He definitely, I loved the way he talked. I don't know him like you do. But I was like, okay, this guy's creative. And after seeing that tease of Nia that you brought, I think that you were there for, Nia singing on stage in Australia.
Yes.
And when I could just see, like, when all the elements were together, the music, the movement, the costumes, the hair.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it's all part of it. And so it made me excited for...
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen, there's been a few photos on Instagram and stuff from when Nia did record the video, and she is rocking crazy outfit, hair. I mean, like, if we were calling her baby Beyonce last week, I think in the video, she's just going to be the new Beyonce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Have you seen the music
I haven't seen her video.
Okay.
I haven't seen that. I saw her perform live, though, but I haven't seen the video. I've only seen snippets of it.
Okay.
But it's very interesting and very creative.
And he mentioned that, so Holly was so happy, I feel like, during that conversation. I mean, she was stimulated. You could tell, like, creatively, she was like, yeah.
And I feel like that's just because it's like they feel like they're not waiting. You know, Nia has a dream and a purpose too, just like everyone else does. And it's one of those things where you don't want to sit and watch everyone else, you know, accomplish things. Like, if it's out there, go get it. You know, that's why we have AFTERBUZZ. That's why we have, you know, avenues, because we're saying we're not waiting for Hollywood to, you know, book us. We're going to create ourselves and have Hollywood come to us.
Yeah.
And we do.
I like it.
And we do.
Well, you know, what kind of goes along with all that is I was wondering, as he was talking about Katy Perry's hairstylist and Janet Jackson's makeup artist, I thought, so if Abby isn't footing the bill on this, is Holly? She must be. Right? We're not really sure.
Or I mean, there's a million ways a deal could be done. Or is Mikey like hiring these people and
maybe
but he
he'll
gets
make the money.
money.
Off of it.
Or a show, or
Could very well be. Yeah, the show, maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
whoever it is has got to have some deep pockets
Yeah.
because it sounds like it's going to
Super.
be quite the
But
production.
It's also L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you do a project,
Yeah.
Especially on reality TV.
You pull in
Pull
those
in your
favors.
friends.
And it's
Yeah.
always nice to say, this is Mikey Menden, who has worked with Usher and the Pussycat Dolls. All that sounds great. When you hear the makeup artist has worked on Janet Jackson. Now, granted, they could have done a Janet Jackson video, but still, it
One
was
time,
it
10
was
years
still
ago.
a thing. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
Not to
right.
discredit the makeup, but
Right.
it just sounds better.
Right.
You know, this person works on Katy Perry's hair. You know, they might have just colored it, but they worked on the hair. You know what I mean?
They
So
might
it
have just
sounds
been
really
like
good.
third assistant hair person and given her one shot of hairspray. Or
They're
they
the
may
ones who made
have
her blue, then we don't even like.
They may have totally conceptualized her style and brought, like, there is creative possibility that we're going to see Nia transformed.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
I just
right?
can't wait to see the making of these videos.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Because you know the girls are going to be so excited, and I think we'll realize, or I'm starting to realize, really how much talent they all have.
Yeah.
That they can all do a lot more than just go out there and dance a lyrical dance.
And there was a comment, it was earlier,
Yeah.
and I don't know who said it, but I did see it, so I'm going to mention it
Probably
now.
Rister 21.
They said that they think that the girls should just stick to dancing. But I feel like when you're young, you should be able to explore all different avenues and see what sticks. You
Oh,
know?
hold on, though. Have you seen Nia performing on stage in Australia? Because the thing to me is, you might have somebody like Maddie, okay? Oh, hold on. To whoever that made that comment, you might have someone like Maddie, who clearly she is amazing.
Yeah.
She's probably the top lyrical dancer, okay?
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Great. At any competition, and certainly in Abby Lee. Okay.
Yes.
But then you have someone like JoJo. She's never going to beat Maddie in a lyrical.
Right.
Okay? But JoJo could probably have her own sitcom.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like, give
Agreed.
these people a chance to
Yeah.
find their venue.
Find their way. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's something about JoJo that just makes you like zone in on her. It's that it factor. You don't know what it is, but when they walk out on stage, you're just like, I'm interested in what you're about to
got
do.
it.
You know
I
what
think
mean?
it's personality.
Smile.
Yeah.
Personality.
That's all I know.
Personality.
No words.
Now we're going to do a kick.
Well, you know, I think when we're looking back in this in 5-10 years, Nia Sue is going to be seen as an actress and a singer, and people are going to be like, oh yeah, remember when she was a dancer? She's on that dance show. You know what I mean? I think this is it's just the beginning for all of that.
Yeah.
And hey, listen, I recorded a music video once, and
Did you really?
I can't sing or dance or do any of that stuff. Yeah. It was a fun little parody. You guys can check it out on the YouTube channel. At
Actually,
Christy
we're gonna.
Oh.
What was it?
It was a parody. It's called She Crest.
She Crest.
Yeah.
Can we find?
no.
Can we find
Pull it
Can we do a
up.
search and find that video? She Quest.
Oh, we are definitely pulling up.
I trust our viewers to check it out themselves.
Oh, no,
but
no,
now,
we're
my
gonna
point
check
is
it out
now
here.
I know that I should stick to hosting for sure.
I was in a music video. I was a kind of a background dancer, and I juggled, and I juggle.
That's awesome.
And this is all I remember from the music video. It was a really long day, and they wanted to make me look rockerish, and so they put black eyeliner on me. But they kept reapplying the black eyeliner all day, and I didn't have the nerve to speak up and go, my eyes are killing me, you're killing me, like with this black eyeliner. Because the pencil was scrapey. Do you guys know how that is? So that's my music video.
P.S. Rister 21 said it was not them. Not them.
All right.
I'm looking.
Okay, so all right, so we've talked about Nia's video, and we don't know exactly when she's going to shoot it in their trip to LA, but we know it's kind of coming up.
Going to happen.
Yes. Okay, and then this whole interesting acting workshop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Demi Lovato's sister, Dallas Lovato.
All 25 years old, or however the heck old she is.
Is she?
Yeah.
She came to give the girls an acting workshop, which I thought was potentially very useful.
Yes.
And really interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that when, like we just said, when you are young and you're trying to find your way and see what sticks, it's good to have acting chops as well. I mean, these girls are on. Look at Maddie. Maddie was just on Austin and Ally. So these opportunities may come up, and when they do, you want to be ready for it. You know. So I think taking this acting class and workshop, that was a good stepping stone for them. And I personally think some of them have acting ability too, from what I saw.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, thank you, Kendall, for your character, because I had when she said that word, I was like, first of all, how do you know it? Secondly,
Yes.
what is it? Thirdly, I need
didn't
to
know
consult
either.
Webster.
What was it? Do we know it? Do we have it pulled up?
still
I didn't
look
write it down.
Here,
Uh-oh.
let me see
Can
if
someone
I
on the
can find
message
it.
boards tell us
I'll see if I can
Kendall's
find it.
character that she pulled
Oh,
up?
it was Katniss.
Katniss.
Thank you.
What is Katniss?
What is it?
though?
It's from that movie that everyone goes crazy about, the series of movies. It's like a trilogy. Hunger Games.
Oh,
I
Hunger
haven't read any of the books.
Games.
I haven't seen any of the movies. But
Oh, that's where it
I
comes
just
from.
dated-
See, I was
I
like,
just
could
dated
she have
myself.
played like a little old lady? Or could she have played like, a diva? Or could she have played like a cat?
I'm a nerd.
Well,
or,
Katniss, I think, is a very like girl power. Like, I don't know if she wins the game.
Feminist.
I don't know. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. And actually, when she said it, I was like, oh, you kind of have that look. And yeah, she could definitely play like a young Katniss.
Yeah.
I thought,
If she would've screwed it up.
it was a little bit problematic to have anyone who has, taken an improv class
does look older.
or been in an acting class. It's a little bit hard to have people do an exercise, which is really supposed to be sort of for exploration. I mean, these girls kind of got thrown into it. I thought it was a little bit abrupt then to critique them,
Yeah.
because it's not so much about this is what you could have done better. It's sort of more like, okay, so that's what improv's like. That's what imagining what a character's like. Let's do it again. That would have been the more nurturing way to go about it. But
Yeah.
it's Dance Moms, so there's a critique.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, they all did, a fairly good job. doing that.
But one
JoJo busted out some Korean. I was like, dang, girl. What school is
yeah.
she going to that they're teaching her Korean? We
mom
had
said that, too.
Spanish
Yeah.
in my town. That was
Solamente
all you
español
got.
aquí.
Español.
Yeah, that was interesting. She was
Yeah.
definitely going for it. JoJo was very confident. Do you remember? She had a really funny quote. She was like, I'm going to do great at this.
Yeah.
Improv.
She's a little finger snap.
And they, Dallas asked Maddie if she was tired.
Was tired.
Yeah.
And I like what Joseph is saying. He said she probably had to fly across country after working on SNL. So
yes.
and I mean their schedules are kind of tight like that, where they're doing a lot of stuff. So
Wouldn't you guys just love it if, because Maddie, we've talked about this, what her schedule must be like. Wouldn't you just love it if she just totally just melted down and just like, am I tired? Yeah, I'm tired.
And she just
Wouldn't
had
that be
moment
great?
Where she's like, am I tired? Am I tired?
Yeah.
Of course
Yeah.
I'm tired. I work with Sia. I have to deal with
Yes.
Abby. I have solos. I have a
And then I
conversation.
gotta listen to
Of course
this.
I'm tired.
And then you're going to make me do this lyrical?
Oh, but what a great moment that would have been if she had used that to do this like big dramatic monologue and then somehow ended it to where they were just like, and then she was like, and scene.
Yeah, like you are a great actress.
Missed opportunity.
Totally.
Maddie.
But they definitely were kind of trying to poke at Maddie for not being as strong in the improv.
Well, I wonder if it was too. She's getting all these crazy opportunities and she's doing all this fabulous stuff. I'm wondering if, an acting class with Dallas Lovato, another shoot for your reality show, doesn't really seem like something you're going to open your eyes wide for and get that excited about. It almost read more to me as like, yeah, I am a little tired and I'm not going to bother acting like I'm not for this.
Yeah. But you always have
Not
to be
that
ready.
Maddie is she's a nice little girl. She's not snotty
She
or
is
anything
lovely.
like that in that way. But I sort of just read it as like, I
But
could
you
care
never
less about
know.
this.
You never know who knows who and what happens. Dallas could have went home, and Demi could have been like, "Yo, girl, Disney is looking for new." Well, I just worked with all the girls from Disney.
That's
you see?
true.
So sometimes you have to be on point
Yeah.
every time. Even here, like we have to be on point because people watch our shows and people get cast on or brought in for auditions based on the shows that they do here. So you have to be on it. No pressure, JJ.
Someone did on the comments say that you are, I believe it was sizzling hot and smart.
Oh,
Or
what?
something of that
Look at
nature.
that.
So,
Thank
yeah,
you.
girl.
Wow, thanks, you guys.
Yeah.
That's very kind. Okay, let's go right to the dance competition.
All right.
Should
Let's
we?
go there.
Because
Let's get in the
Go
car
there.
and drive to
Yeah.
Anaheim.
Yeah.
New York dance experience in Anaheim,
Anaheim.
California. So this was cool. So we saw Nia go on 1st. What did you guys think of her number?
I thought overall it was great. I did feel like there was something missing in her performance, and there was just this connection to the song and to the words and the musicality of everything. I think there's a certain mood that could have been invoked with the piece, and I think there was just a big disconnect with that. And I agree with the judge. I can't remember exactly what he said. I'm sorry, but I felt like we were in tune. That, like, if she had just pulled that little extra out, that it would have made her solo that much better.
And one of the critiques too was that she's such a powerful dancer, and she
Yes.
needs moments of softness.
Yes.
And that was exactly what I was thinking too, watching it. It's like, you are mesmerized, and she is so powerful, and that worked really well. But this dance could have been it was kind of sultry a little bit, and I wonder if maybe she wasn't super comfortable with that, or that it just wasn't appropriate for someone of her age to take it to the level that the music and the choreography, I think, kind of required.
I loved the music. I thought it was really, really nice music. I just really felt the song. I think having a good song is like really part of the battle, and I
Yes.
liked it. But speaking of sultry, so I think her final look over the shoulders, like,
over the shoulder, and it was
slow.
it was just like this, and she was kind of
and she
peering.
waited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job on that
was good.
look,
That
Nia.
That was good.
I'm
That was
telling
good.
you, every
Yeah.
week she looks more and more like an actress who's dancing than just a great dancer who's performing.
Nia
yeah.
Sue in the chat room has asked me a few times to tell you guys more about Holly and Nia in Australia. I cannot do that until the Australian episodes come up.
But you will.
But I will. But
Yeah.
I can't do that now. We
Okay.
haven't gotten there yet. So you
Okay.
gotta
Trust me,
wait.
we've been asking him too.
Yes.
We're on it.
Yes.
Okay, I liked her solo as well. I mean, I think it was like a really good direction for her to move in. And I do think it's really interesting when they have good judges who can not just make more eye contact. Yes, that's always, connect with the audience. That's kind of generic. But I felt like these guys had some really, really good advice. And I think it was something about Nia put a little more flow. Like when she walked out, she was more graceful. And then, we know with her, they kind of do think she's strong. So they give her more angles. But like find those moments where you can show both.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, because those first 10 seconds when she walked out there kind of blew me away a little bit. I was like, oh, get ready for this. And she just went right into it. It was fabulous.
It was. Okay, so then we saw Kendall. Speaking of those first moments, we saw Kendall backstage. When they have the cameras right on them backstage, I'm always like nervous for them.
Yeah.
They're like, here you go, no pressure.
I like
That's
to see
where
their
they
little
always are.
rituals. What are they, is there a
That's
thing
where
like
what always are.
The cameras.
They're always
like,
backstage.
backstage.
Oh, just
Filming the backstage stuff.
waiting.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I love that I'm able to give insight to it now. Mhm.
Me too.
Yeah.
So what they show the girls, they do something where they like kiss their hands and they kiss the floor and there's like some kind of movement downward. Did you see this ritual?
I
I
did.
saw that.
I did.
Yeah.
You
With Kendall, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, when you're teammates, you have your thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's their thing. And I've definitely seen them do the shakes that they do. Like right before they all go on together, they all, just kind of, shake the nerves
Shake it
off.
off.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
Yeah.
Shake it
Yeah.
off.
So, everyone has their thing. So yeah.
We should have a
Love it.
thing before we do our after.
Hey, we
the
clap,
reclap.
we dance.
That's true. What?
Yeah.
We're oozing rituals over here in
Yeah,
the
we
Dance
are.
Moms after
What
show.
else do you need?
We got nothing else.
And so, yeah, it's a good clap. It's a good clap.
Yes.
All right. So Nia solo, waiting because, or I'm sorry, Kendall. Kendall's solo is called Waiting.
Yes.
Because she's been kind of waiting Abby said, kind of waiting to take off. And boy, she opened up with some serious turns.
Turn sequence was amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah, and it was a great. I don't know. It was a great solo. Great costume. I thought
Yep.
she danced it beautifully. The turn sequence was. I don't know. She does it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Did you guys notice that there was on the part of the show, the editors, kind of like an abrupt cut down of this number? Like,
Yes.
yeah. And that was a little frustrating. Like, I kind of wanted to see more of it.
Well, I think that's why they now do the choreographer's cut, and they show the actual
full
dancers.
dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a
Okay.
pretty blatant one. I was like, hey, wait, those words don't go together.
Yeah.
And remind me where I can see the choreographer's cut.
Right before the new episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they've replaced that recently with like a social media cut. But I don't know, maybe it is still a longer version of the show, but
Yeah.
they have the tweets too. Yeah, if you guys aren't watching those second airings the next week, you're missing stuff.
Yeah. You're missing stuff.
Tune in.
That's a good tip. There's so many things to follow on this show, including our show.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, I wanted to say about Kendall, the same as with Nia. It's like Kendall's finally getting her time to shine, and she's getting a major confidence boost off of that. Like someone, Abby, acknowledging that she does have faith in Kendall, made her go out there and rock those turns.
It's totally true. Yeah. I think you're totally right. When you really focus on a kid and you really give them a boost and you give them they blossom, and that's what we're seeing.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So let's just skip to the goods, guys, and talk about the group number.
Yay.
Okay, together we stand.
Oh, but Jill and Holly had that whole conversation about the contract thing in between.
I know. I don't. Do we?
I know
want
you
to
know
talk
what
about
I just want to say. I mean,
What do you got?
Holly was all over her about not having a contract, and
Yep.
then Holly didn't have the contract.
Yes!
Oh, it was almost painful to watch. It was like, oh, Holly,
I
you
just-
said too much
Yes.
too soon,
Yes.
girl.
I just love that Jill was like, "Well, you guys were all over my shiz," and I'm assuming she said that.
She did.
But here's Holly and being all hypocritical, and Holly's just like, "I trust them. Don't need
Yeah.
a contract."
Jill is putting it out there this
She
season.
is.
She's
Yeah.
laying it on the line. I like it.
You know what's good though? It is good, even though it's like so much drama. It is good that all these moms share information. Do you know what I mean? At least they're all kind of helping each other along, even if it's a lot of kind of fighting. They're helping learn about the business.
For now, I think we're going to continue to see a major divide happen between these moms.
Oh,
Yeah.
more teams, huh? Tony, any insight?
I don't know. I know nothing.
Okay, we can move on now.
Okay, so together we stand. It was a great number. I loved the falling. There was a lyric about falling down, and everyone fell like in different time. I'm just amazed in these lyrical numbers how all 5 or 6 girls can have different timing and pull it off, and it looks
Yeah.
so wonderful.
Well, speaking of that, there was one point in the dance where they did say, together we stand, and during those exact words, they all did the kick around thing at a different time.
I didn't
It was
catch
supposed to be
it.
very on point. It was the one point in the dance where I was like, oh, that was so off, ladies.
Really?
Ladies, so off. And also, what was the deal with their painted on abs? Did
They had
anyone
painted
else
on
notice?
abs?
What?
I
They
didn't notice
totally
that.
did. At least Kendall did. They looked like they were maybe like a few days old, like it was starting to rub off. So it's very light. But yeah, I noticed it on Kendall for sure, and I thought Kalani maybe was rocking a lot of it too. And I
Okay.
I didn't see that.
thought,
You know
we're a
what?
little young
I
for
wonder
painted
if-
on abs, but
But you know, those older girls are getting to the point where you're not necessarily like a stick thin, Mackenzie
Right.
anymore. I mean, you're not a little Mackenzie body anymore. So
Right.
I do think Abby would advise people to do something like
she
that.
said there was a couple episodes ago. She said, "Girls, you're showing your songs. Either get down and do 50 sit-ups or paint on the abs."
Oh,
That was a few episodes ago, and I thought of
Painted
that.
on
And that's why
abs.
when I saw it, I was like, I guess that's what they're doing now.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, so let's get to the awards ceremony.
Yep.
Yes. So Nia got a third place.
Got third.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holly stood up for her and said, "Hey, I think my kid did great," and she did.
I thought she did great
yeah.
too. Yeah.
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 We have that little gal we've seen before with the hair bump got second. And but our Kendall got first.
Yeah. Yay.
Man.
Snaps for Kendall.
Wow. That was cool.
Yeah.
And then the big moment, because I was just like, oh no, Abby's going to be so mad if the group number doesn't win. And it did.
And it did. It did. The group number got first. So welcome to LA. They are busting doors down. Yeah. Yeah. Is that the welcome to LA dance?
Any news and gossip?
I have a couple things. I was just
what
reading
you got?
here what the fans are saying. Wincy Chung said they've been painting on abs forever now.
Yeah.
He's so over it.
How come I don't notice that?
TNT says a lot of dance studios do that. They were painting on abs since the first episode of season 1. Fake it till you make it. Oh, you guys are cracking us up. I love it.
Also
Rebecca,
painted on
Anna,
biceps.
Margaret. You guys are great. Pulling it out tonight.
I love it.
Thanks for watching us live.
Yeah.
And now, some news and gossip. Let's see what we have here.
What we got for news and gossip?
What we got? Well, the big one is that we all know there's a lawsuit and there's been assault charges filed against Kelly for the altercation that we did see on the show with Abby. Now, those assault charges have been dismissed.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, Kelly was required to seek 2 days of counseling and stay away from Abby for 6 months. And the charge will be dropped. The lawsuit with Paige is still in effect, but a judge did say last year that that would be likely to be thrown out.
Okay.
So the likelihood of all this is that it will all pretty much go away. I'm sure everyone paid a lot of money in attorney's fees, and it cost them all a lot of money. And it was all very silly.
just gonna
and I'm glad
say,
that they can all just be done with it because
whoever's Abby's attorney
doing
is a fortunate person. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's making some money.
He's a nice
but, you
man.
know, Paige and Brooke are doing great, and Christy did tweet and said, "Congratulations to Kelly for having this dropped." You know,
good.
That it didn't go down the way that we saw it anyway. But you know, they're all doing so well. Paige, Brooke, Chloe, the moms, Abby, everyone is doing great. So it's kind of nice, I think, that they can all maybe just move along from it.
Yes.
And you can also pre-order Kendall's song, Wear 'Em Out.
Wear 'em out, which we heard during this episode.
Oh, we did.
Yes, we heard
We
during that
did. We
episode.
did in the awards.
During the awards ceremony.
which
Yeah.
was really exciting for
It was
Kendall
cool.
and Jill, and everybody really celebrated it.
Yeah,
So
and
that was
Abby
fun.
and Kendall and everyone are very adamant online that everyone should go and pre-order it. They want it to be #1, like Mackenzie's song was.
Yes.
So I did it. I don't know if anyone else.
Yay! Pre-order.
Get it. And if you guys haven't seen the Elastic Heart parody that's out there, please, a lot of you have
We got to
tweeted
get
me
that
about it.
on next week, Christy.
Whether you love, hate, whatever you are here to do, you have to see that video. You will have an opinion about it. You will probably laugh or you will hate it. But either way, Google Elastic Heart parody.
Yes.
Just do yourself a favor. It's good stuff. There was a deleted scene, too, that Lifetime has released on YouTube of Kira. It was the Kathy moms reading something that Kira had written where Kira was saying that she's glad to be done with ALDC and that Kalani was better than all the other girls. And a lot of the fans are making a big fuss about it, that they had some opinions and felt strongly about it. But I kind of thought, well, it's more of the same of what all goes on. And in the scene, Abby ended up saying she has higher standards for the other mothers than she does for Kira. She has no standards for Kira, she said.
Ooh.
So Abby wasn't disturbed by it, and I don't think any of you all should be either.
Right.
All right.
There you have it. And then also, Maddie's new video with Sia came out
Oh, yes.
as well. Big Girls Cry. Yep. Did you guys watch it?
I haven't yet.
I did.
I watched it.
What'd you
I
think?
watched it too.
Interesting.
It is very interesting because she definitely, it's a lot of
Yeah, it's a lot of
choreography.
facial.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was.
Choreography.
Like Vogue style?
I think, not Vogue style, but just very modern, like modern type of the modern style. I think Sia is just, this is her muse right now.
Yes, that's a good way to put
I'm
it.
wondering
Yeah.
what's going to happen when Maddie doesn't fit into her music videos or anything anymore.
Oh, she'll move on to something else and someone else, right? Yeah,
maybe.
this is like a phase and
Because you can't,
knows?
as an artist, you can't keep giving people the same thing.
yes.
You know what I mean?
True.
And you certainly
That's
think that
why
would be a
this
concern.
video was so different in that you didn't see her like full body going, around
up and around,
around the
yeah.
screen. So she definitely used her
It was a
differently.
little different.
And I don't think if this movie came out first, or if this video came out first, Tony, I don't think that people would have been as
Would have gotten
wowed by it. But
Yeah.
now we're into this.
We're into this.
We're
this
into Maddie doing
muse
the Sia
phase.
thing with
Yeah.
yeah.
My contacts.
really interesting.
Okay.
Oh, Tony's having contact problems, guys.
Dry contacts.
Do we want to make any predictions?
The fans are saying that this will be the last video that Maddie does.
Oh, see, I wouldn't doubt that because I almost think that would be creatively
stifling
enough.
Yeah.
Just, a good time to do something different. Yeah.
Tashonda said that she was bored with it.
With what?
With the video.
Yeah. Oh, funny. All right, guys. I think that about wraps it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we say goodbye to everybody?
I guess we have to.
Yeah.
Goodbye to all of our 79 people who are watching it live with us. And shout out to
Flip 24.
Yes, everyone who are in the chat room and chatting, and I've been watching closely. That's why during this video, if you've seen me like this,
it's not because he's bored.
Reading what y'all are saying.
He's
what everyone is saying.
Joseph Boza, Sarah McCluskey.
We love you guys interacting with us. We really appreciate it. We'll see you this week on Twitter. Find me on Twitter at J2 Snyder.
Everybody tweet me at Christy Reports, and please check out ChristyReports.com and on YouTube so you can see some of these crazy things I've been doing.
Also, make sure you guys follow me on all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Lounging with Tony, or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
Adios.
Bye, everybody.
Love you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Talk to you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.